into some of the big box chains and what differentiates from that later in a little bit. But also, it's the doctor formulated products, and that's something actually that you don't see a lot. So can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. Well, when you go into the marketplace and buy supplements, most consumers don't understand really what they're buying. They don't understand about additives. They don't understand where it's manufactured. But one of the big things is companies, they're really primarily concerned about reducing their cost of goods, what the cost of the product is, and maximizing their profit margins. That's not who I am. I take all my products, my children take my products, my wife takes my products. I want our products to be therapeutic dosages with clinical results. So I aligned our company with a guy named Dr. Mark Stengler. You can actually look him up online, S-T-E-N-G-L-E-R. He is a very, very smart naturopathic medical doctor here in Southern California. He formulates all of our products, and the dosages are consistent with what a therapeutic dosage would be. So when you take these products, you are going to get the results that you should be getting, as opposed to buying a product where you get some minimal result, and then you look at the product and go, that really wasn't worth my money. So these are the products that you will get the results with.
So a lot of people go out, and I used to fall victim to this, is that you want to get a good deal. You know, you go to Costco, right, you go to Trader Joe's, and wow, you can get that vitamin for that price. And you know, a lot of people don't step back and really think about what they're putting in their body. They're actually putting it in their body. One thing that you brought attention to, and I've heard in the past, is that it can be distributed in the USA. But that's not where they're getting the raw materials from, and a lot of other stuff. So can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Sure. Yeah. There's one company, very large company here in the United States. They used to manufacture here in the U.S., but with all new laws, all new regulations, they said we're actually going to manufacture all of our products over in China, but we're going to package them here in the United States, so then we can say "Made in the USA" on the label. Now, I don't know about you guys. I have a problem with that. I don't eat the bottle. I actually eat what's in the bottle, which was not manufactured in the United States for that company. So that's a problem. But there's a loophole in the law that says if you package it here, you can say "Made in the USA." So for you as a consumer, it's a really scary thing, because you really don't know what you're buying. And so with our company, because it's made here, I actually pick every single raw material vendor in all these products myself. My purchasing girl cannot change one raw material vendor unless I personally authorize it. We use European extracts. We use U.S. supplements whenever we can, and there's lots of different issues we can talk about with the specifics of the raw materials that go into these products. But quality, quality, quality. You have to get the results, or it's really not a good deal. It has to be a win-win, right? Everybody has to be winning for this to be a good deal.
And that's really what you bank on. After listening to your radio show,
right? And
we'll talk about your radio show in a little while. But you really bank on people getting the results. That's kind of why you do this. That's what got you into this. I mean, you're real about it.
Well, yeah. Well, I was, as I mentioned to you, I was a sick kid. I was not healthy. I believe I would have been an ADHD kid, but back in the 60s they hadn't diagnosed that problem. My mom actually threatened to put me on Ritalin, for those of you that might know what that is. Wasn't a good thing. She never did. Thank the Lord for that. But I come from a place where I was just not a healthy kid. I was chronically constipated. I was an angry child, just a lot of problems. And this industry, started in 1983, changed my life. And I went to work for a health food store, then I went to work for a PhD biochemist who would fix people with these kinds of products. And then I started my own company in 1996, a year after I got married. And anyway, here we are, and it's just been a great ride. And I actually have my blood work done with Dr. Steinglar, along with my wife and my children, every year. And he checks us for all the different parameters that a naturopathic doctor should. And that's how I enjoy good health, is by thinking about what I'm taking. You can't just assume what you're buying is quality. You have to do your own homework.